You're nervous? You're nervous to talk to me?
Maybe you're nervous.
I'm not nervous. Hold on, let me plug this thing. All right, I got some technical difficulties over here, but that's okay. So can I tell you about about podcasts?
Yeah, please do.
You're not you're not supposed to drink these. Do you know why?
Why?
Because of the bubbles, it like makes me burp, right? Like because you're gonna be talking. So like I used to drink these all the time and then do like I don't know, do like a training or like a seminar, get in front of people, and like it's not it's not a good idea. You're supposed to drink this. You're supposed to drink like your water. But I really wanted to have this tropical fruit Waterloo situation. I bet you want one, right?
I really want a poppy now.
Do you want to know what just happened to me?
Yeah.
I just ate I was really hungry and I have like meal prep situations like grilled chicken that I made for like the week. And I looked at it, I turned the stove on to like heat it up and I was like, fuck this. And then I had a peanut butter and jelly and it was awesome. It was so good.
That's amazing. So I went to Whole Foods and I got like chicken and sweet potato and I ate it and then I had 2 whole things of cookie dough. So I feel like it just completely negated me trying to eat healthy.
Yeah, we try, right?
That's
Dude,
really fair.
when you have kids, man, you like I feel like when you're a kid, you eat chicken nuggets and like peanut butter and jelly and like shit that's pretty awesome, right? And then you kind of forget about it cuz like I'm an adult now, like I'm not going to eat that bullshit. And then when you have kids, so now I have a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old, when you have kids, you're like, fuck, dude, remember chicken nuggets are back. Peanut butter and jelly is like back. Like milkshakes are back. I mean, milkshakes probably never left, but like milkshakes are back. And that's what's going on in my life, dude. I think I made a really good decision. Moving from the chicken to the peanut butter and jelly, and I'm really excited about that. What did you do so far today? That's exciting.
Well, wait, I want to backtrack real quick. So I was talking to Evan Beach actually, and I was like, yeah, I was eating chicken nuggets and peas for dinner, and he's like, that's exactly what I feed my children.
That's correct. Yeah, that's totally correct. That's so funny.
Sometimes buttered noodles, and he's like, that's exactly what I feed them, and I was like, oh, okay.
Dude, that's what you eat.
Sometimes it's easy.
Yeah, that's what you eat when you're a child, or like I think like at the hospital. Like that's what they give you like at the hospital, dude. You're like
Yeah, no,
fucking.
that's true.
So you have the palate of a 9-year-old or someone that's fucking I don't know,
Hey, it's
not
only every once in a while, okay?
100%.
I'm usually pretty bougie with food, but hey, sometimes chicken nuggets just hit.
Are you a typical so I make a joke about realtors, right? Dude, like you could tell a realtor this was more 2022, 2023. Like 2022, 2023 realtor Instagram feed was just like VIP rooms, sparklers, like the steak that they like you have to go to Miami and they like I don't know, like champagne bottles. What is that called when you do this? Like, so like on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 is like, I don't do that shit, to 10 is like, I do that shit. Where do you lie on the fucking realtor Instagram VIP room feed?
No, I really have to be honest with you. I'm like a 5 or a 6. Like,
Okay.
listen, I'm here for a good cocktail, a great steak, 3-course meal. But then there's just sometimes that a frozen pizza or chicken nuggets and peas just hit right. And honestly, it's just the laziness. So then I have to be really honest with myself. Like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get like the meal prep company where I can like give me all the ingredients and I cook it. So I have the ingredients and then I still don't cook it.
Yeah, that's
Now I have all
fucking
this
hard.
stuff in my fridge, and now I'm still eating out. So it's like I have to. It's not. So I can't keep food shopping. I either have to eat out or I have to buy pre-made meals. It's a struggle.
Dude, the box that
Like
the box that comes that you have the ingredients, when you don't make that and then you order other, like you feel like a double piece of shit, right? Like it's like compounding with what the fuck am I doing with my life, right? Because those things aren't cheap either, right?
No.
Like they're not cheap.
And now I threw it out and anyway. Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
Yo, dude, and also you added to the fucking global footprint, right? Like, all the packaging in those fucking things. Like, if you order one of those things and you open it and you look in it, you're like, I just killed a planet, dude. Like, there's so ice packs and it's like wrapped in a rug with ice packs and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I'm like, dude, my lazy ass could have went to the fucking store and bought tomato paste, salt and pepper, and a clove of garlic. Like, I could have done that, right? But instead, I needed like a pound of plastic, a cardboard box. I needed to put it on a plane or a truck or both. And I needed it to come to my house to put it in the fucking trash bin to go to the corner and go to the fucking street. That's what a piece of shit I am, right?
And then still ate out.
Yeah,
awful.
Totally.
I'm having such a problem where like I am resisting cooking. I have such a resistance to it. I can't do it.
It's
a habit. Now if you want me to eat, I'm just gonna eat out.
It's a habit thing for sure for me, right? Like we and it comes and goes, right? Like I'll get fully into like I do the cooking at our house. See, I just burped. I told you, you're not supposed to do these.
And it's on recording.
Yeah, I don't care. People know I'm from Bricktown. I'm kind of like a dirtbag. People kind of know. Like, the cat's out of the bag. You know, I'm 45. But so, what was I saying?
Bricktown versus brick also is very different.
I heard, man, and I said that shit. I'm like, dude, it's affordable. There's a beach. There's like 3 beaches here, and Jenkinson's Pavilion's not far away, dude. No, people always made fun of Bricktown, but like people are like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Brick, New Jersey, right? I don't say Asbury Park like everybody, like even though I was or whatever, or Wanamasa. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking from Bricktown. But no, I do the cooking in our family. I do it for our boys, right? Like we eat pancakes a lot, and but we do 50-50, dude. Like we're eating out versus eating at home a lot, man. But
listen, like cooking, I will be there in support. I will clean. I'm not cooking. I can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I feel like I did it for so long, and I just can't do it anymore.
Yo, Jamie, is there anything exciting happening in your life right now?
So much is happening.
Do you see how I set that up?
Yeah.
Tell me what's happening in your life right now.
Oh my God. I feel like my life, like when they say like the like gates of heaven open and you're just like in this like euphoric place that's very light and white and bright. Mm-hmm. I feel like my life totally took a turn. And it's like so unknown yet so exciting. But yet I feel like it's like a knowing that I know is going to be great. So I'm not stressed or anxious. I'm at peace and like really energized.
Tell me more about that. You have to tell your story right now, man. I bet you some of your fans and your followers would love to feel white and like not like what do you say, white light, feeling light
and bright,
feeling good, whatever. Yeah, how do you get there, man? How does that happen?
Oh my God. So it's so interesting because I feel like the last few months specifically have been like such an unknown place. Like I just feel like I didn't belong where I was. Not even just like where I am in like my career and brokerage, but also just like in myself. And I'm like, there's something more out there. There's different people that I need and strive to be around. And when I was bodybuilding back in 2017, like I was around such influential, amazing, entrepreneurs in the industry, and it was awesome. You kind of always felt like you had to better yourself and challenge yourself and level up. And when that ended, I still had that entrepreneurial drive, which kind of brought me into real estate. And I never wanted to do real estate ever. I just didn't care to. And I did it, and I was doing really, really well. And I was like, this is awesome. And I kind of feel like it was just like in that hamster wheel where like you're just working on like the machine and like building that foundation. And I started real estate in a place where if you picked me up right now and put me in any state and city, that's exactly how I started real estate in Jersey. And I did great. And I listened to this podcast recently, and it was like, when you start out doing something so exciting, you're only doing it to prove yourself that you can do it. And then you get to a point where you're doing it to fill in the gap from someone above you that you want to be. And then when you get to that point, it's like, so now what are you doing this for? And I feel like this year was that year because, year 5 in real estate, I'm doing amazing. I've increased my business every single year. And in 2 past years that, were kind of a down market for most realtors. And I just said, what am I doing? I feel like I'm just in a job. Like I could get a job right now and, end at 5 o'clock, not think about it, not work weekends and, turn my email off and my phone off and not answer anyone. But it was still that like drive and like persistence inside that I just wasn't getting full fulfillment from where I was.
So you're talking about, that's awesome. And so you're talking about the bodybuilding and the being around so for you, it sounds like to me that it's about being around people that get you excited and kind of like, dude, you and I had a conversation recently where it was like, was that me and you where we were talking about, I just had a conversation with somebody and it was about, and I have a lot of the same conversations a lot of times, but like, you don't want to buy the expensive house on the block, right? Like you want to buy the less expensive because this one like pulls all the other values up, right? And so you don't want to be like the big fish in the pond and things like that. So it sounds to me like you're just looking for some people that are just doing some different stuff to kind of like get you excited again.
Yeah, like, in bodybuilding specifically, it was like, all right, win first place, and then it was win first or second to then qualify for nationals, and then get your pro card, and then start getting all these sponsorships. And it was awesome. Like there was a never-ending ceiling because there were so many people in the industry that were just so much better at what they were doing than you were. And I just feel, at some point with real estate, I didn't have that. And I didn't really understand why I was on autopilot, really for the last year. And one day, like 2 months ago, I went to the beach. I haven't meditated in like 2 years. Mm-hmm. I was listening to this podcast and I literally was laying there like a starfish in the sand. People probably thought I was dead. And I was listening to a podcast from Ed Milet and it was like, if the only challenge in your life are the challenges that life brings to you, you are not living a conscious life. You are living a reactive life. And that like,
wow.
It woke me up and I was like, I have never been comfortable in my life or what I've done, whether it was school, bodybuilding, work. And I've been on autopilot for a year, and that is scary to me.
Wow.
Because now I'm only in the business to not lose, not in the business to win. And I couldn't figure out, what it was or what I wanted. And people would ask, you asked me a few months ago, it was like, what's your, 1-3-5 year goal? And I'm like, I don't see that right now. And that scared me because I used to be really clear and like can see it. And once that hit me and then I heard this podcast, it was a sudden shift. And we've been talking for quite some time, of course, of just, other opportunities and who to be around. And I think that once that hit me where I'm not being challenged, and that's just how I've been successful and continue to be successful, I was really ready to get extremely uncomfortable and enjoy that process.
Dude, that's awesome. How did you get there? How did it like, sounds like you were in it. Like you sound like you did not stay stuck for very long. So how did you get unstuck?
Are you talking about when you walked up to me at the gym, which is a very bold move, Joe? I will say, because people say I'm unapproachable.
Yeah, talk to me about that when I walked up to you at the gym. Well, we had talked, like, we know each other, man. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, we had, that was one of my, I have a shitload of questions for you on my other monitor, but I feel like this is, I don't know, we might not get to all of them, but one of the questions I have is, finish that question. Yeah, how did you get unstuck? Yeah, sure. Wait, so me coming up to you in the gym, being fucking jacked, got you unstuck? Is that what I'm hearing? Well, if you're a former bodybuilder, when I walked up to you, we were like, dude, this guy is a round piece of dough.
I'm like, what do you do? Aren't you like in California? Like, what are you doing here?
It's funny. I saw you and I was like, so gym, right? I'm the gym, I'm new to the gym, right? Like, whatever. Like, I'm new to the gym like 2 years ago. Swear to God, right? I know it's hard to believe, but like, I'm new to the gym and like, I've been like how should I say this, man? Like it's hard for me, right? Like I'm trying to figure it out. Like I'm the like keep to yourself person in the gym, right? I just want to, but I don't really know what I'm doing. And I started opening up in the gym and getting vulnerable. Like you were in San Diego, right? Like ask for help. I started asking people for fucking help, man. And like I hired a personal trainer and I had a horrible experience, dude. Like a really bad experience. I don't need to get into, but like, I'm like, fuck this, dude. Like I paid a dude $1,000 and he emailed me a PDF. I thought we were gonna meet once a week. Like he just emailed me. I paid $1,000 for like a PDF that came off ChatGPT, and I was like, okay, fuck, I'll go fuck myself, I guess, you know, like, and like, but in the gym, I keep my head down but recently I started asking people, like I started making friends in the gym and being like, hey, can you give me some tips? It's been awesome. So when I saw you, also, I was in Jersey, my schedule's usually packed, you know, when I'm in Jersey, and I was like, I'm trying to get in and get out, but I was like, oh, I'm going to go up to Jamie and just say hello. Cause I've just been like, I don't know, I've just watched you from afar, man. We have a lot of similar friends. And the question I had for you here was, it was about you being a connector, right? Like you just like kind of being a connector. But yeah, talk to me about whatever you were going to say about me coming up to you in the gym.
So I think, well, last year it got really interesting where I had a lot of other people that were approaching me and wanting to work with me, partner with me, go on their team. And at first it's, of course, you know, flattering or intriguing. And you're like, wow, you know, people see me, they see what I'm doing. And someone said to me, they said, when you start getting really good and successful, you're going to get a lot of that. And most of it you should say no, because a lot of it you could do on your own. And I was like, that's interesting. So I feel like the last year I started building a lot of confidence where I'm like, I left the team 2 years ago. I did really well last year. I'm doing better this year. And I just started getting a lot of confidence into what I had to offer. So I feel in the perfect storm when you came up to me, I was so interested and open to just learning more. And then as we kind of started progressing and certain questions that you were asking me, and I love when you say the connector because I feel like you and I have that very similar. And whether it was me starting networking groups or being in networking groups, like I had such a passion of putting people together and then to watch them win. And I'm like, I don't really get anything directly from that. But like that feeling and the fact that I can do that for someone else is huge. So when you and I started talking, especially about Fast Forward specifically, I felt like it was just a pull of being more aligned, of like, okay, these are really cool people who are really high level, and they have a gift to give of just giving. And even though it's not indirectly, you know, they're getting something out of it, it's just the community and the camaraderie and the culture and that success that kind of just unfolds and unravels on its own. And that really inspired me because, you know, from since I was young, like reading, you know, entrepreneurial books and listening to podcasts and just having it and not being able to explain what that was, means a lot to me. You know, even in the old brokerage that I was at, you know, I was very grateful that a lot of agents felt very influenced and at ease and inspired and excited talking to me, and I loved that. You know, I loved helping people in that way. And I think that when you approached me and how you were coming from such an abundant state of wanting to help and connect, I started just getting really interested as to like, okay, who is he around? Because clearly he's around really good people that are allowing him to be who he is. And like, maybe I need to be tapping into this. And what does this look like? And then the podcast came, and then it was like that I'm not being challenged enough. And I remember saying to you, like, I want to be in these rooms where I am so intimidated that I am nowhere near their level. And that like, I walk out and I'm like, damn, I don't know that much, you know? Or it reinforces, you know, the things that I think are helping my business grow, but I'm just not there yet. And just in the last like 8 months, how that unfolded, it's been, I don't know, I was just telling you the other day, like, it's been really emotional in like such a good way. Like I feel like I've found my people, and I don't want to get too ahead because I know that you have a lot of questions, but it's happened so organically, and I took my time for sure. I've been hot and cold with you, and you know that. And then I was like, no, this is right. Like, this is what I have to do, because things can look good from the outside, and then when you kind of revert back to what you are doing or where you are, it's like, does that feel better, or do you still feel like this resistance to where you are? And I kept feeling that, where I'm like, I'm gonna do fine where I'm at. I know what I'm doing. And it just still felt like I had a pull elsewhere. And that's kind of when I knew that like I had to just take the jump, and it's okay to close close the door and move on.
Yeah, you just said a lot of really cool stuff. So what I loved about what you said was, okay, you brought up fast forward.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, God, I don't even know how to explain it. I feel
because it's not that easy to do. I have a hard time explaining it because can I say something? Because real estate. So my business partner's name's Gil. You know Gil, right? And so he's not from real estate. He's like an angel investor. He built other businesses, and he's like, we're like very lucky to have a Gil behind the scenes. And you coming on has made Gil work extra hard these last few weeks. So you don't see it, but it's happening in the background, right? We're like all hands on deck. But dude, he said he's like he like when we partnered, he was like talk to me about real estate. And I'm like, dude, the hardest part is everyone's full of shit, right? Like everyone lies, right? And I'll say this, right? That sounds fucked up, but my very first listing appointment, I'll never forget, it was in Manalapan. This was my first listing appointment that wasn't like my friend's mom, right? Like it was like a stranger kind of referral. And I went to this guy's house and I was at Remax and I had my laptop and my fucking PowerPoint presentation that Remax had given me. And I was just showing them it. And I remember at the end of the presentation, I was like, well, what do you think? And the guy goes like this to me. He goes, you know what? He's like, you know what I think, Joe? I think I've interviewed every real estate office up and down Route 9, and apparently every single one of you motherfuckers are number one. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, fuck, he's right. Holy shit, dude. He's like, which one of you guys is number two? Is it like a Staten Island Italian dude? He's like, totally. And I'm like, he hired me because I'm like, dude, you're fucking right, dude. I'm like, dude, listen. And then I just like got down on it. But anyway, the point is this is like, I think where, dude, brokerages are, dude, like the franchise brokerage is dead and they killed themselves, right? They like poo-pooed Zillow, they poo-pooed all this. And the part where they killed themselves is they overpromised and underdelivered on the three most important things, which are leads, training, and support. Right? And they're like, oh, yeah. And then you get there and it was not true. And so what happens is when you start to explain what fast forward is to other people, they're like, coaching, whatever. And they're like, not. So if you were to explain what it is, like you've seen it, you've like touched it, you're now a part of it. Like if I was a stranger and I was stuck in my business and I was, doing 10 million every year and I haven't really grown and, I go to my office and, how would you describe it?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to an agent a few months ago about this, and they just kept saying, they were like, I'm like, it's the environment, I need a new environment, and they're like, it's not your environment, you create that, you're just looking for an out, etc. And I kept using the analogy, like, if you're in a gym, and it's, I don't hate on gyms, right, but like, if you're in like a Crunch or a Planet Fitness, which is fine, you'll still be able to do the activities that it requires to get the results that you want, but if you want to look like really good and be really inspired and have more opportunity and talk to different people, you're going to go to a prestigious gym that has those types of people. And you can't really explain like what that is, but it's just the environment and the energy that you're around. And I kept getting that pull, and I feel it's so funny. We've talked about fast forward for how long, and then you're like, you just have to come. You just have to come. And when I was there a few weeks ago in San Diego, I'm like, oh, okay. Like anyone can be a realtor and anyone can call any lead and, have that as your job and make a really high paying job out of it. That's great. But what else? Like what else? Is it, do you want to help people? Do you want to mentor? Do you want to inspire? Do you want to train? Do you want to, just like get really vulnerable with entrepreneurs and like and help them find their purpose and how they can help others? Like to me, that is what fast forward is, because again, like even where I am now, like there were people in in leadership saying you got to talk to this agent and talk to this agent and talk to this agent. That's great, but they're just a realtor. Like what else? Like I don't need the leads. I don't need them. I don't need more business. I don't need any of that. I want to grow as a person, an entrepreneur, and help people and like come from an abundant state. And I feel that when I was in fast forward, like hearing the top people in the company have the most vulnerable stories, yet be the most successful people and so selfless is huge. I mean, how many top producers are around here that don't share anything. Their numbers are everything. That's how they judge themselves by, and that's all they want. And that's cool. But like, that's not me as a person. And I think that that's where like I really felt where I fit in, because it's like, I didn't come from anything easy, being on my own since I was 18, paid my way through college, worked 2 jobs, was very successful in bodybuilding, came down to Monmouth County and lived 2 hours away from my mom. And I had no plan B other than to sell real estate when I was making $500 a deal. Like, I had to figure it out. So being around people that are very similar and can take those stories and experiences and build that business, and also their personal growth and evolve to help others, was, I don't know, it's just life-changing. And I honestly don't know if everyone feels that. But I feel the people in that room totally get it, and they lived it.
I think true entrepreneurs, I sent you like when I read books and I'm in relationship with people, I take pictures of the shit that relates and I send it to my friends. So you're one of my friends. So the thing I sent you was about like the thing that I was reading was true entrepreneurship are people that actually take risks, right? Like, you're talking about like moving down to Monmouth County, you have no other choice, like burning the boats, right? And that's what a lot of these people are. So you said in the rooms, get in the room. I saw it. What did you see? What's in the room?
Like I said, I mean, it's the most like selfless, open and vulnerable people who just so happen to be very successful. And I think that perspective is very different, right? You can go in a room and there's every nice car and every designer item on someone, and here's their numbers and here's all their stats. But like, this room was very normal people who had a story, and so happened to be really successful, but coming from such an overabundance of wanting to help. And I think that in general, it made it easy for me, right? And your speech was amazing, where it's like just being able to say, hey, I need help, and someone like catching you. Because I feel like, bring it back to real estate, like no one next door is giving me, their listing presentation or, what they're doing. Like, why would they do that? If I told everyone what my letters were that made me list $10 million last year, they're going to write it to the same people. And then I get it, but coming from a place where there's other ways to help people and across, the country, and then just that personal side is huge. I feel like as you evolve as a person, so many other things come your way. And to me, that's so much more magnetic than just focusing on real estate in itself and the numbers, etc. And it just organically grows when you are connecting yourself with the right people and being in the right rooms, and different opportunities are presenting themselves. So when I was in there, it was just powerful. Like, I remember just listening to every single person. I was like, everyone has a story. Almost every single person on stage is crying. And these are the most like successful people in this company. Like, this is insane.
So the secret to real relationships, like relationships that are worth, like real relationships, right? Like that are going to go the distance, is vulnerability. And I believe that when you get vulnerable with other people or another person, all you're doing is inviting the other person to get vulnerable as well. Mm-hmm. So like, if I tell you something you ever have someone tell you something personal about them and you're like, oh fuck, we just went to a different place. Like our relationship has shifted, right? And then it's like, well, fuck, thanks for sharing that. And by the way, I can relate, and blank has happened to me. And then it's like, so to me, that's intimacy, right? Intimacy is like, they say in conversations, you can water ski or you can scuba dive. I want to go deep, man. Like, I want deep, meaningful relationships. And then when you're in those rooms and people are doing that, like, if you notice, man, like, shit, you were there for 2 days and you probably left with 24 new friends that you probably have been talking to, I would assume, right? And so, like, and these are like people that you would like associate as your your equal. They're either doing something you would really like to do, or they're right where you are, right? And that's really, really, really cool. I think you
think, like, how many times have I gone on listing appointments and like we're sitting at the table and they're crying about the situation, or we're just having vulnerable conversation. At the end they go, Yeah, I don't really know why, like, I felt just so comfortable and open to, like, talk to you about this. And we would leave and not even talk about their house. And then it just happened where I just started working with them. And, like, I would leave those appointments and say, like, wow, that was a really deep, touching conversation. And probably not a lot of people, like, do that. 'Cause, you know, these agents are going in and just kind of, you know, giving them the whole playbook. And I feel like I have a better connection with this person, and now we're working together. And, like, to me, that fuels me up and excites me and fulfills me more than anything. And I think that, and that's great. And now with fast forward, being around people on this side of the transaction of all of us, you know, being entrepreneurs in real estate, it just felt like I just had a really good culture fit, and like found my tribe. And you always said that, and everyone in that room has, you know, has felt that way with everyone in there too, which is awesome.
Well, it's no secret that, dude, I was about to send a private investigator to come and fucking kidnap you, right? Like, I've been like following you. I've been obsessing over you since December in like a total do not cancel Joe work way, not in a fucking, you know, weird, creepy Joe's gonna wind up on a list somewhere way. Because you're a perfect fucking fit. I'm like, yo, you're a perfect goddamn fit. But you can't see it until you fucking see it, right? And then it was like, I'm like, dude, I'm just going to put this woman on a plane, I guess. And we're just going to like bring her. It's hard to say no to sunny San Diego and jumping off cliffs and kayaking through caves and shit like that, right? You almost got ate by a pelican. Is that correct?
Yeah, and then I was scared that a seal was going to eat me. And then why was I running off the cliff? Honestly, it was liquid courage, but I survived.
As long as nothing happens to Kunal, I'm fine, dude. Nothing. I love you, but Kunal. I mean, you. It's funny. That might shift to a new conversation. Now that you're joining Oz Group, Kunal's like sweating a little bit because he's like the top guy. Like, so, like, talk about elevate. So, when you enter the room, you just elevated everybody, right? Which is what I want to thank you for. Like, you're like I don't know, we're like still showing you your room, you know what I mean? Like, there's the kitchen, like it's like the Airbnb, and you're like looking around, you know, like, but like Kunal's like been sweating it, dude. He's like, oh fuck, dude. It's like, so, but like in a fun, like he's at the core of who we are. That's Kunal, right? Like he is all the things that we are talking about, right? He's like an insanely perfect culture fit. But for you, you know, a couple things I want to say about you, right? For me, it's about, you just talked about the listing agreement, the listing appointment, but you meet people where they are. It's about them and not you. That's very special. That's why Fast Forward was perfect for you, right? Our mission statement at Oz Group is, Oz Group exists to help our clients achieve their goals while helping our team members achieve theirs, right? That's all, by the way, if you didn't notice, that's all about the other person. Right? That's not about me. That's not about you. It's like, who can we help today? Right? And yeah, like, for you, yeah, you're just meeting people where they are, I think is the really big thing. Like you, like all the other realtors you're talking about that are like selling or whatever, but they have an agenda and it's probably about them. I'm going to get this listing. If you walk in and you're like, hey, what's up? You know, like, what's going on? Oh, you're moving to Florida? Oh, sweet, dude. What's in Florida? You know, like, that's different. And I think, the Oz Group thing is really cool because you're raising the standards of who we are and all these things. But yeah, Kunal's kind of sweating it. What made you think, like, why would you join a team again? Why would you join a team again?
I know.
Fucking splits and shit, dude. That's insane.
I know. Listen, that's
why would you do?
But,
I know. I'm not teasing you.
No. So it's so funny, right? Like I started growing a team. I could totally do it if I wanted to. But something about being able to collaborate with multiple people, like I loved that. Like I loved being important with someone else who is equally as important and building something great together. What can we do?
Dude, yeah.
What makes sense? And I think that, you know, the team specifically, you know, building out systems in that way and seeing what works, and then, you know, even saying to Chris, like, hey, why don't we bring other agents on? You know, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of teams that want these 15, 20, $25 million producers, and why can't you get them? Because leads isn't the thing that is gonna sell them on it, right?
Yeah.
How else can you sell them, or not even sell them, but attract them to a team that they feel like that they're in a partnership with? And I said that from the beginning. I said, I am not here for leads. I don't need that. I don't need the business. I just want community and to build something bigger. And then even with Fast Forward, like that opportunity, you know, especially at EXP, everyone feels as it's a cloud brokerage, you're missing this, you're missing that. But with Fast Forward specifically and everything that I just said about it, you know, now here's an opportunity to build Fast Forward New Jersey. You know, when I was building a downline in my previous brokerage, we were building a small mastermind group. Like that was the thing. We had monthly meetings, we had all shared Excel sheets and documents. And I feel like that was like me kind of planting that seed to do that. I mean, Fast Forward is just now this like, you know, massive, you know, well built out the group. So being able to now emphasize that and build that in New Jersey is like incredibly valuable. And like that is such a passion of mine. Like real estate and selling real estate's awesome. Love helping my family and friends. I can do it with my eyes closed. I genuinely love it. However, you know, how can I capitalize on being an influence to agents and, you know, their purpose and evolving and feeling that sense of community, whether it's they want to be on a team or not, and that partnership. So I feel such a special thing with Oz Group specifically because, you know, we are building that out, which is awesome. And I think it's helping both of us break down and grow in certain ways to build it bigger. And then also you have the Fast Forward New Jersey, which like I'm so fucking excited for that. Like that's going to be awesome. And I just having that opportunity is huge. And again, like how do you explain that to like a typical brokerage where they're just like, you can sell $30 million of real estate. Cool. And then when I don't sell real estate, what happens?
Yeah.
There's lack of there can be lack of fulfillment when you're just going transaction to transaction to transaction.
Wow, you said that really well. Do you think that you'll sell more houses than Kunal?
Yeah.
I do too.
No. I gotta reach out to him and be like, I just want to let you know, Joe put me against a wall and made me answer the question.
At the cliffs of, where were we? Cliffs of Del Mar or whatever. It was like the Del. I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's funny, man. People ask me about California geography or whatever, and I'm like, I don't leave Orange County. Like I don't really leave my town very much unless it's for work. But when Kunal was jumping off that cliff, I was like, please be okay, please be okay, please be okay. But now that we have you, I mean, Kunal. Anyway. Now
I'm just soaring over your head. The guy was like, "We're gonna go hit a palm tree." I'm like, "Okay." Slap the palm tree.
Who is who's yo? Do you like Chris Styles?
I love Chris. Are you kidding?
What do you?
Me and him have the funniest banter ever. I say the most random shit to him, and he just like he's so caught off guard.
He yells at me a lot.
Does he? I'm sorry to hear that. He doesn't yell at me.
Like
I just yell at him.
I feel like you just yell at him. Who? Yeah, who's in charge in that relationship?
Baby James.
Baby James. That's right. That's right. So what do you think Chris does well, man? Obviously, he's a big part of you joining, coming along. I think that guy, like, he's like the behind the scenes guy, right? Very low profile, but makes a massive impact. People don't see. Holy shit, man! You do not see that guy coming, man.
I was gonna say, like, how to describe Chris, or just like what he means to me in that way is like, if I want or need or suggest something, he's like, cool, all right, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, awesome, let's do it.
Fuck, that sounds good, man. That makes me feel good. That's the way I treat him, right? So it's like, I always say, like, ask him how many times I've said no to that guy, right? And like, and that's what we wanted, man. Like every time I worked at my last brokerage, like, no, that's like the last two brokers, like, no, that's dumb. That's stupid. You don't need that. You don't need to hire an assistant. You don't need that. You don't need that. Like, that's dumb. And it's like, wow, okay, what? Like, okay. But it's like, all right, you know what? That sounds good, man. And I think that's really cool too, because yeah, someone like you and like Chris, like you guys can, yeah, we're just going to build something really fucking cool, man. And it's going to be just different. And
you know what's exciting about that? And something that I think fuels me a lot as well is like, I am loyal through and through, committed through and through when I feel that it's reciprocated as well.
Yeah,
So the
that's well
fact that
said.
like how to be able to see how excited like you were and how invested and you and Chris were in me, like lit a fire in me where I'm like I can pour into these people as well, and they will do the same to me, and we can build something really cool. And like I was even talking to Chris about it the other day, where I'm like just getting super excited of like here's all the ideas that we should do, of how to build out, fast forward New Jersey and the Oz group and what we can do here and how this would help people. And he's like, yeah, that's what I was thinking, and it kind of just went.
Dude, it's crazy. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like, he's so excited about that, and like so am I. And it just feels like a very effortless reciprocal relationship, which is just so nice. Like I'm not begging to be heard of what I want. Someone's not coming to me to telling me like what I should and should not be doing. It's like just this like easy flow of business, which is what I feel like I've also been missing. Whether it's Oz Group and Fast Forward, it's just that flow between like energy and people.
Dude, I think we're going to have our first Fast Forward New Jersey event in October. I think it's going to be the same week as when we come back from Miami. So it might be a lot of work. We rented out that space in Homedale, that like the Bellworks space.
Yeah.
I've never been there. But no, I'm excited too about giving back. What, let me ask you this. What, this is good, man. Talking to you is pretty easy. Sometimes I do these things and it's like the other person's just not. I'm like, okay, cool. What's important to you in terms of your career?
I heard a while ago where it was like, what's your why? Like, what's your purpose? And someone was like, freedom. And I'm like, that's interesting. But like, what about it? Like, what are you doing in that time? And I think for me, like it's so funny because even as an adult, I feel it's like, or maybe it's like such a New Jersey thing because like summers, it's like you feel like September, you're like starting school again. And then like summer's here and you're like off and you can chill. And then you kind of live that like that scheduled life for a while. And even like for me, it was like till recently, I'm like, it's 8 o'clock. Like I have to go to bed. And it's like, but Jamie, like you're an adult. Like you can like enjoy your life and like you don't have to be sitting at a desk Mondays at 9 a.m. Like you don't have to be doing that really anymore. And I think the beauty of that really this past year has been like, I can let go of certain structure because I have built my business to have the freedom that I have to be able to do the things that I want to do and just live a fulfilling life.
Wow.
And whether that's, also even just providing like for my family, like a big thing is someone asked like, what's something like your made it moment? And one of my make it moments is I really want to buy a beach house for my family. Like I live at the beach now, but like I want to buy a beach house in Florida or somewhere that my family can say, oh, this is our house.
Wow.
And like, we spend time together. And they're like, well, what, outside of materialistic things. I'm like, but it's not about the material. It's not about the house. It's about I have been able to provide this for my family that they wouldn't be able to do. And we can go here together whenever we want and spend this time. And the freedom that gives me to do and them as well. So I think just like, the why and the reason why I get, so excited just about like my career in that way is the ability the sky's the limit. I want to pivot real quick from that as well. That to me started when I was a server. Like I took serving at the age of 15 so serious that if I can work as hard as I can and get that back in tips, I worked for my tips and I deserve that. And if I didn't do a good job, I don't deserve that. Now I'm not saying, disclaimer, like I give 20% tips all the time. I'm not saying that I don't, but for me it was, I can work really, really hard and this will pay off. Yeah. And I think just like with real estate, it's showing that, and it's going to continue to do that.
Good answer. What?
If this was like scripted, I mean, I don't even know what you're asking me. So this is live.
No, we did this totally on the fly, man. And I made up these questions 30 minutes ago, and you've never seen them. What's the secret?
Oh God.
And not the stupid book.
What's the secret? You want me to get like really vulnerable or like a surface level answer?
Vulnerable.
Okay. So up until like the last like 4 to 6 months, and I think that this has a big part to do with like the shift that I've like, or the pivot that I've now done, moving from Keller to EXP, is I in real estate was constantly just like proving I could do it, proving I could win, proving I can beat out other agents and help these families and make their life easier. And I think that once I was able to do that and then shift to what my purpose is and like what drives me in that way, it shifted of like what is that specific thing that kind of keeps me going. And I think it's when I got really vulnerable and deep, I started figuring out like it's to show people something that they don't see.
Wow.
That I can see in them. And if you put it on like a very small scale, it's like, I promise you, that I can do a really good job selling your house. And I know that you can't see that and you don't trust me yet because you had a really shitty experience, but I know that I can create this really good experience for you. And I promise it'll be a good one. And that's just that, but you take that principle in like other areas, whether it's helping agents as to like, you can do this, and I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And I feel like that was huge. I've had certain leaders in my past that, unlock that, wow, you actually believe in me more than I believe in myself. And I think even your consistency, like being with me the last, 8 months, like I was like, wow, he like really does see me for me. I don't have to chase or prove. And just being around that's huge.
Thanks, Jamie. That's awesome. Yeah, I get it. I fucking get it, man. Dude, I have one person, her name's Audrey, and I was really struggling. We moved to California. Dude, moving to California was not strategic. Like I'll tell you that story one day. I don't think I told you that whole story or whatever. But it was not strategic, man. Like shit was like, we just moved and I was trying to be a realtor in California and it was hard. Dude, I didn't know what I didn't know, like fuck, it was so hard. I think my ego made it to California before I did, and I was like, here comes Joe Oz, and anyway, man, I was just, and the team was on the East Coast and, I was trying to do both and I wasn't really winning at both, there's a saying like you're losing so slowly you think you're winning, but I knew I was losing. And I just had this woman named Audrey Lee. She was like, Joe, I believe in you. And like, she's the one that gave us our Flex account, right? Which has started like the alignment with Zillow. And like, she works at Zillow, and she sold me market-based pricing because I was buying leads in California. Cause fuck, I couldn't get any deals, man. Like I was doing like what did I do? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was like, dude, I need to do more deals. And she's just like, I just remember her saying like, Joe, I believe in you. And I was like, fuck. I tell her that all the time, man. I remember that shit like it was yesterday because fuck, I didn't believe in me at that moment. I didn't think I was going to make it. I was in this new area. I didn't have any friends. I learned there's like 5,000 realtors in Monmouth County and there's like 48,000 in Orange County. It's like, oh my God, this is different. Yeah. The contracts are 50 pages long. I was like, oh my God, man. But yeah, all you need, I mean, for me, it was the same thing, man. There's a lot of things where I can meet you like exactly there, like where it was like, dude, someone says they believe in you. You're like, fuck, that's all I need, man. Yeah. Cause you know what? I didn't necessarily get it from home, like it might've been the opposite. So I was like, oh wait, that's cool.
And I think that's something, as well about that is like people believing in you. Some people say, well, you're supposed to feel that within yourself, and that should validate yourself. I get that. However, someone who's like showing up physically and being consistent and showing through actions, you can feel that like love and vulnerability over someone just saying, hey, I'm here for you. We got your back always. And like that hits me deep, where it's if you're showing up consistently and like being physically like present and here, that just speaks volume.
Yeah, the like having the belief in yourself thing, like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, like that's cool, I guess. But like, I remember people like that whole like self-made thing, like pull yourself up. But that's such bullshit, dude. Like, someone helped you. If your mom like said I love you, like your mom helped you. You know what I mean? Like somebody fucking helped you, man. And there's that saying, like, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, right? I think that's true. Cool, man. We're coming up on time, but I have a couple more really important questions.
Cool.
Who's the famous person that you have met?
Did I meet a famous person?
You never met a famous person? You never met one famous person? Come on.
Did I meet a famous person? Are you asking? Like, am I?
So, okay, the question, I'm asking it like an idiot. The question is, hey, Jamie, tell us one famous person that you've met in your life. Yeah, I didn't have anyone in mind. That wasn't like a dumb joke. Fucking setup.
I met one of my favorite DJs, Kygo, on a plane, and I was fangirling the whole time.
So
it was a big deal for me.
Okay, I'm a boomer, right? I was born in the '60s. I don't know what a Kygo is. Tell us what that is. It's like a big. Is this like Skrillex, but like better?
Okay. It's like a DJ.
Okay.
I was going from Vegas to Hawaii, and I was going to Hawaii to Palm Tree Festival to watch Kygo.
Wow! And the guy you were going to see is on the plane that you're on?
That's his festival that he travels the world.
Oh, wow!
And then he was right in front of me, like a diagonal, and I was like, "Holy shit, he's right there!" And then of course, had to get a photo with him off the plane. Also, I've met Mel Robbins, which was really fucking cool.
Wow. Wait, the Kygo guy, was he in like economy or was he in business?
I was the seat right behind first class, and he was the last seat in first class.
So
like,
you're
like the little curtain, like it was like I could just touch him through the curtain.
You're sitting bulkhead and he's like right there, dude. That's fucking awesome.
His assistant was sitting like way back, like in the plane, and his assistant went up to him in first class because they were like working on some songs, because I totally had my glasses on and like was watching their screen, and his assistant like got in trouble and was like, "You're not allowed to be in first class." And I'm like, "This is so funny." They like work together.
That's right, poor person. Please get out of here. I like how that was handled. That's cool. If you all right, you're in a dangerous situation right now. Gun to your head, right? You have to go up on stage and sing one karaoke song. What song are you picking? So stupid.
No, it's not, because I think the first one that came to my head is even worse, and I'm sweating, so I'm not going to say that one. Okay, fine, I will. I won a lip syncing contest once, singing TikTok by Kesha. I don't tell people that, okay? You don't sing that, though.
Why? Is that bad words?
No.
Oh.
It's just like 6th, 7th grade Jamie.
Okay.
That was good times, though. But,
I was like 42 when that came out, but whatever. It's cool.
Got it. So, like, I was in diapers when you became a realtor.
I'm very old. I look very young. I'm like a buff dad, but like I have some years on you. What tacos or pizza? This is kind of like an East Coast, West Coast thing. Okay.
I have to say about California, and someone needs to prove me wrong, their Italian food there is not great. I'm very upset about it.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, who told you it was good? It's not good.
It's just but no, hold on. Everyone told me to not eat Italian food in San Diego, so I listened. But then I also went other places, and it's still wasn't.
Dude, you live at the Jersey Shore. You should eat Italian food at the Jersey Shore. Like that's as good as it fucking gets, man. Like Jimmy's Italian or Vic's or whatever, like that's kind of as good as it gets. But if you're in San Diego, you just eat tacos, man.
I did actually eat a lot of tacos, but that's so unfortunate. Oh, and then also, you know what I learned? That like Surfsides, like the drink, is not a thing in California.
I don't know what that is. What's a surf? Is that an alcoholic drink?
Yeah, it's like a vodka iced tea. But I was dumbfounded that it was not sold anywhere.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wow, this is such a Jersey Shore
some
thing.
Some of us are in recovery, Jamie, so we're not drinking Surfsides.
This is an insensitive topic.
No. So Surfside's is that like Sex on the Beach? It's like a drink that people drink, and then you're expecting
like a vodka iced tea in a can.
So is that like you going to like Long Island and then being like, we don't serve Long Island iced teas here, and you being like, what the fuck,
weird.
Dude?
That's weird.
You're like, this is not what I signed up for?
Yeah, exactly. So I have some beef with California, but I'll work on it.
No, you don't. No, you love it here.
I don't.
You don't love it, or you do?
Maybe I'll just be the next you, and I'll just like move to California and then just decide to run a business across the country.
Yo, you can do that at EXP and with Oz Group. Like, you can actually do, like, where if someone has done it in your fucking world, that was the thing, man. When I worked at other brokerages or whatever, like, no one had done the stuff I wanted to do. You know, like, it just, like, who's done it? Who's done, like, who's expanded? Who's done whatever, you know? And it was like, for me, yeah, you were talking about freedom. For me, it was geographical freedom. I wanted to work. Like, so one of my affirmations every morning is I work wherever I want to work. Like, that's what was important. Like, I work hard. People think I went to, it's funny, I live in San Juan Capistrano, which is like South County. My phone number is Newport. So like when my phone number, you probably know, my personal cell phone number, when it comes up, it says Newport Beach, California. People think I went to Newport to retire, right? Like, I work wherever I want to work, right? That was what my plan was, and we're able to do it here.
So I even said that like years ago, that I was like, there's at a point in my real estate career that I want to hire and be able to hire out my real estate business and move on. And not because I want to be out of real estate. It's because I don't want to be tied down to one specific place. I became an entrepreneur to have freedom, and being a realtor isn't really always freedom. So how can you capitalize on that and build around that to be able to do that?
I can help you do that.
I'd rather do it in the Virgin Islands though, but
so can all your friends. Like, yeah, like all your friends can. It's really hard, right? It's super hard, but guess what? It's like building it out and like trying and failing and trying. Jamie, this was pretty awesome, man. I'm so psyched to, I don't know, just have you in my life and to be doing this. Like, this is what we do, man. I do it every fucking day, and now I get to do it with you. And just thanks for elevating. Really, it's just elevating the standards, man. By you walking in the room, you just make everybody around you better. Like me too. And like I was talking, I went surfing this morning with one of my buddies, right? And he was like, he's an older dude, and he's like, I was talking about reading or something. He's like, dude, you're always reading, and he's like, dude, I'm done with that shit, dude. Blah blah blah. And what I said to him, I was like, dude, I want to be around really exceptional people, and I want to be a good leader. And in order to be a good leader, I have to outrun the most talented person in my world. I have to outrun them, right? Like, so like, if you, like, it's the talent pushes talent thing, right? So in order for me to be able to lead anyone else, like anyone, right? And I only surround myself with talented people these days, right? I got to outrun you. Like, I got to be smarter, faster. I got to like be able to make these really, really big worlds that everyone can live in. And someone like you just showing up, it's like, you like kind of stand up straight and you like make sure your breath doesn't stink and your zipper's up and you got to fucking come correct, right? And that's what I like. Those are the people that I want to be around. And I think that's what you bring, right? And yeah, man, like
I appreciate that. And even just being in like the fast forward when I was there in the mastermind, like, you know, hearing positive feedback and comments, and I was like, oh my God, like this is, like these people are helping me grow as well, just being in these rooms and, like you said, sitting up straighter, you know, standing up straighter, sitting taller. It's awesome. I'm really excited.
Yeah, they're like the people around you, they're going to stand up for your potential, right? Like they're going to stand up for your potential and hold you accountable. Is there anything that I didn't ask that I should have asked?
No.
Cool.
I love this. This is so fun.
Yeah, this was very easy. It was fun talking to you. All right, I'm going to stop this. Hold on.